Right. And Tesla's up 2,000%.
But side note, I actually used to go to GameStop. It was right next to LA Weight Loss, and I would go weigh in, and I would go to GameStop.
I think everybody would go to GameStop just to play the games.
The games,
right?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. Mm-hmm. I know I did it at Walmart. I don't know about GameStop. We didn't have a GameStop, but
yeah. I used to like looking at all the cute little gamer boys that were in there.
Right.
Where y'all at now?
But I mean, just
hopefully invested in GameStop.
Just do that math. 200 shares times 500.
I'm pretty sure GameStop was like also a like babysitter place too. So you just drop your kid right off.
Yeah.
And they would play the free games, and then you go shopping, and then come back and pick them up. If they like the game, then you get the game. If not, then
so that person would have turned $1,000 into $100,000.
Bye. See you.
Right. Off of one trade.
One trade.
You know. And it's very
That's
difficult.
wild.
Some people would almost call it luck, right? But if you're sitting there looking for stuff like that,
I mean, that is luck. Yeah. GameStop was luck. But if you're actually sitting there,
but people sat there and saw that there was a high percentage of people shorting this stock.
That's true.
If I can convince the public to buy into it, then all these short people would have to Wall Street bets. Right? Somebody convinced them to say, hey,
let's save GameStop.
Not let's save GameStop, but let's screw all these hedge funds that are causing GameStop to go to zero.
Are GameStops even still open?
I don't know. I have no idea.
There was one in Havelock.
AMC's barely open 3 days a week.
But it popped though.
But it's at $20 today. So.
I'm not a millionaire yet.
Yeah.
I made like $100.
But say, I mean, even if you just found the ones that doubled up.
Right.
Or even went up 20% at a time, or 30%.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're doing better. You're doing better off than a plain index fund.
Exactly.
But you still have the rest of your money
to do
invested in the ETFs.
I was going to call it ETFs.
Yeah. Exchange traded funds.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's one way that we're different from the FIRE movement is we invest more into our business, into our residual incomes, rather than investing into the stock market, which is overvalued completely. Mm-hmm. And the valuations on these companies is just insane. Mm-hmm. You know, Tesla is trading at 1,000 price to earnings, which is a normal company would trade at between 10 and 15 what their price to earnings are.
Crazy.
So it doesn't even make any sense to invest in those type of companies.
No.
That are highly overvalued like that.
I agree.
So when you see something like that, when you see things that are not doing what the fundamentals are, you do something different. Right? So, I mean, even though they're great companies, Tesla's a great company, Google's a great company, Amazon's a great company, Apple's a great company, but they're highly overvalued.
They're a fad.
Maybe.
I'm just kidding.
Somebody will come out with some kind of invention and they'll beat them.
I mean, it's always going to be the next best thing. You know, everybody's always waiting.
Before the iPhone, Nextel was destroying everything. Nobody could touch a Nextel.
You touched it.
And then came the BlackBerry.
You said,
Then came the BlackBerry, and BlackBerry thought they were invincible.
But they're bringing back something like Nextel.
And then iPhone came and destroyed them. Mm-hmm. And then all Apple's got to do is come out with a chirp app, and bye.
That's true.
You know.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean,
if you get WhatsApp to start chirping.
But it's like walkie-talkie, like that walkie-talkie on a phone thing was like really popular.
Oh yeah.
Like especially like, can you imagine now contractors not having that? Like you got to carry around a walkie-talkie and a cell phone.
Right.
Like how convenient would it be to just...
And at the time, the pager was the most convenient thing.
But that was kind of like a pager system, like.
So.
I remember I used to page my mom's pager all the time. I still
Probably
remember her
worried
phone
that woman
number.
to death.
I still remember her phone number too. I think it's like 532.
That's why she always tells me, "God bless you, Nate."
Probably, because I would blow her pager up. Blowed it up.
You know?
I'm like, call me.
So, the second part of the FIRE movement is retiring early. Right? So, another reason we're not in the FIRE movement is because our goal is not to retire early. Our goal is to expand our business.
No, okay. Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
And yeah, maybe that means selling the business one day. We're going public with the business and we're not as directly involved. But, you know, for us, our number one goal is to expand the business. Right? So, Meredith's number one goal is to write more books.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure. Definitely.
So that's the reasons that we're not going to the FIRE movement. There's also some other negatives of the FIRE movement, like what happens if you have hyperinflation and all of a sudden the money you were dependent on is not worth what it used to be.
Market crashes.
So that's where gold, silver, Bitcoin comes in.
Dogecoin.
You hedge your bets. And Dogecoin, our favorite.
I got it. Hey.
Make sure you buy some Dogecoin.
Yeah, bring it back up.
You know, so that hyperinflation is one of the huge risks for the FIRE movement. You know, you're dependent on these companies to give you money every year in dividends and selling off stock, and you know, all that is in US dollars. If the US dollar is not strong, and you have to think about it, since 1913, the US dollar has been doing this as far as its value.
And they keep going like this and putting more money into it.
Right. And saying last year they printed 20% of all the money that's ever been printed.
Crazy.
And then 2021 came around and they kept on printing. So in the last 18 months, 25% of all the money in circulation has been printed.
That's crazy.
So to bet on the US dollar right now is not very smart.
Sad.
You know, something's got to change. That balloon, that bubble is going to burst at some point.
Just wait.
And if you're sitting there dependent on the US dollar only, as the FIRE movement suggests,
I feel for you.
Then try to go back to work after you've been out of work for 5 years.
5 years?
Yeah, so say you retired early, you've been out of work for 5 years.
I got you.
And then all of a sudden all the investments crash and you got to go back to work.
No.
Right.
No, sir.
So you don't necessarily have to retire early not to do anything.
Right. But you get to choose what you want.
You get to choose what you want. We choose to be in business for ourselves.
When we do.
And to have residual things like books, our podcast.
T-shirts.
Yeah, T-shirts.
Helping us.
Right? So, but all in all, the principles of the FIRE movement are good. It is better to be investing than not, right? You definitely want to make your you want to pay, number one, you want to pay yourself first, right?
Yeah.
So
definitely.
You know, automate your investing where it automatically comes out of your paycheck, you know, and goes into your investment accounts. And, you know, for most normal people, you're going to use, you know, tax-deferred retirement accounts. But if you have goals like ours where you want to make your business grow, you're not going to use the tax-deferred accounts. You're going to use the business expenses to offset your taxes while you invest in Roth IRAs as your retirement.
Grow your business.
And grow your business. And grow, you know, basically you turn into the mindset of a creator. You sit there every day and create something. And hopefully one of the creations that you make is a blessing to the market, and the market wants it, you know, you do your market research and you make sure that that is what the market needs, right?
Right.
And instead of doing the FIRE movement, you just become financially free and have choice of what you want to do.
Sign me up.
And not just be dependent on just the stock market, right?
Yep.
But if you have any more, if you have any comments on the FIRE movement, you know, comment down below. Tell us what you think of the FIRE movement. Tell us what you think of our financial free strategy. You know.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
The biggest thing is share the video, guys. Like, you know, if you find that this stuff helps you, it's definitely going to help somebody else.
Share it.
Because most normal people, you know, they've got a mindset ingrained into them because of television and media. You know, they have no
their upbringing.
They may have no idea that they can be financially free too.
Right.
Right.
There's a way out.
That there is a way to make it where they have choice in life. Because that's what freedom means. Freedom is choice.
That's right.
Right? If I don't want to live in a certain place and work for a certain employer, I can choose to leave. And I can choose to do something else. I don't have to be trapped. Right? And I feel like a lot of people feel like they're trapped, whether it's because of health insurance or, you know, whatever. You know?
Yep.
But you can be financially free. You can do it.
Let's do it together.
Let's do it together. Comment down below. If you have any questions, hit us up. We're happy to answer anything that you need. This is the So What You Want to Talk About podcast. I am Nate.
I am Meredith.
And thank you so much for following along.
Thank you very much.
And we're out.
Bye.